What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is your official WWE Hell in a Cell 2015 review and results. Thank you guys so much for joining me here, October 25th, 2015. Hell in a Cell has come, and Hell in a Cell has gone, man. You know, I was one of the first people to come on here and say, you know what, Hell in a Cell hasn't got the proper build to make it a memorable pay-per-view. It's a one-match pay-per-view, pretty much put on the shoulders of Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker, and just their names alone will sell this pay-per-view. You put those two massive names inside a Hell in a Cell, and that's all you need to sell the pay-per-view. That was my mindset. That was my logic for WWE. Now, obviously, WWE has done this in the past. They have done this several times in the past. You know, the weeks leading up to the pay-per-view, the Monday Night Raws that we were given have been absolutely nightmarishly bad. They've been absolutely fucking dreadful. Some of the worst shows I think Monday Night Raw has ever put on in its fucking history, ever. But WWE has a tendency with these B-level pay-per-views, you know, where the build is so shitty, and you go into the pay-per-view, and by the end of this 3-hour show, you're sitting there saying, this was a damn good fucking show. This was a decent fucking show, man. For what it was worth, this was a damn good show. And that's exactly how I felt after watching Hell in a Cell 2015. Not only was this pay-per-view headlined and spearheaded by Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker, but you had matches that were fucking, you know, they were fucking great. I got no other way to put it. I got no other words to say. They were just fucking great. A night of surprises. I mean, there was some down periods. There was some things that obviously the WWE could have done better. But as an overall show, I thought this show was damn fucking good. And, you know, that might shock you guys. Oh, JD, you're not going to complain. Listen, there's going to be complaints here. But the overall consensus, my overall opinion of this show is that it's worth fucking watching. If you guys got the network and you wanted to watch NFL football, or you guys wanted to watch The Walking Dead, and you missed Hell in a Cell. I don't think the Mets played tonight. I don't think the World Series started tonight. I think it starts tomorrow. But even if the Mets were playing, and you guys were watching the fucking Mets and Royals in the World Series, and you wanted to skip Hell in a Cell, I say go back and watch the fucking show. Give yourself 3 hours to watch the show. Damn good show, man. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I hope you guys thought the same thing. We're going to break it down. We're going to discuss it. All right, but before I get into that, guys, if you're not following me on Twitter, I tweeted all night long during the pay-per-view. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. Twitter, the most important, at JD from NY206. If you guys are not following the channel, please hit that subscribe button. This is the #1 source for all WWE right here on YouTube.com. I put out 3 videos today, one being Off the Script. Off the Script this weekend, link down below. I mentioned Daniel Bryan, which I will talk about in a fucking second, because a lot of you guys are starting to piss me off. You don't watch the videos that I put out, and that fucking angers me. It really does. We'll start off with that. All right, but thank you guys for joining me for Hell in a Cell breakdown, review, and results right here on my channel. So obviously, WWE with Hell in a Cell, what I was thinking before the fucking pay-per-view even started. You're in Los Angeles. It's a hot wrestling city, right? Staples Center. Staples Center is known for WWE every year. SummerSlam was a staple, no pun intended, in the Staples Center. SummerSlam was a regular thing in Los Angeles for many, many years, until they moved it to Brooklyn, which it was this year, and the next 2 years are going to be in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, right in my backyard. But what I was thinking before I was even sit down on my couch with a bag of chips and my fucking seltzer, I was thinking, how does WWE start this pay-per-view off? They got to start off hot. You know, you got to come out all guns blazing for a pay-per-view that really hasn't received a proper build. What do? You do John Cena and the U.S. Open Challenge, and that's exactly what they did. They started the show off right. No other individual, no other match was going to start this pay-per-view besides John Cena, and that's exactly what they did, and I commend WWE for making that decision and pulling the trigger on this match. John Cena needed to open this show with the United States Championship, and that's exactly what he did. Now, News was breaking earlier this morning, right before I even opened my eyes. JD, Daniel Bryan's coming back. JD, Daniel Bryan's on a fucking airplane to Los Angeles. He's going to be at the Staples Center tonight. JD, Daniel Bryan's going to challenge John Cena for the United States Championship. JD, Daniel Bryan's going to win the United States Championship. This is all I heard all morning. This is all I heard all morning. And I made a video about it, all right? Now, I titled the video, Breaking News, Daniel Bryan to challenge John Cena at Hell in a Cell 2015 in John Cena's United States Open Challenge. If you guys fucking watched the video, the first words that I fucking spit out of my mouth were, take this with a grain of salt. Okay? It is strictly a rumor. And I said that 3 or 4 different fucking times in the video. I don't ask you guys to come to my videos and rely on me strictly for news and rumors. I have no inside sources. My inside source is the paid subscriptions I have to Dave Meltzer. Okay? That's it. Nowhere in that video did I say Daniel Bryan is confirmed to fucking fight John Cena for the United States Championship. Alright, so to those detractors and to those fucking goons, there you go to that one. Alright? You want to come to my videos and fucking berate me? Oh, it's Del Rio, asshole. Yeah, no shit. I have 2 fucking eyes, you fucking asshole. Why don't you tell your fucking girlfriend to go cook you fucking dinner and take her eyes off me while she's fucking cooking dinner, huh? How do you like that one, you fucking asshole? I don't believe you guys. I really don't. I just don't get it. Del Rio came out. He was the surprise opponent for John Cena. Now, John Cena, obviously we all know John Cena's going on sabbatical. He's going to take a 2-month vacation. He's doing a reality TV show, fitness show for Fox Sports. And John Cena, you know, the thing that we were all talking about is who's going to be his opponent. It was Alberto Del Rio. Now, I know a lot of you guys, including me, you seen Zeb Coulter come out in a fucking electronic wheelchair, fucking zipping on down the aisle, alright? Looked mighty comfortable in that fucking, that scooter. But I know all you guys had a little sense of panic, you know, within you. I know I was the same way. I'm like, I don't believe WWE's gonna fucking bring Jack Swagger out here. What kind of gimmick are they gonna give him now? What are they gonna give? What are they gonna give him? He's gonna turn on America? What were they gonna do? So, I was shocked, and I was okay with the decision when Zeb Coulter now, you know, instead of being on America's side, he's now going against what he originally said when he was with Jack Swagger in The Real Americans. He is now on the side of Mexico, and he introduces Alberto Del Rio. Now, there were reports going around that Del Rio did not want to come back for something that was not going to get him over. He wanted to come back strictly for WrestleMania. But obviously, WWE seeing this as a prime opportunity to get Del Rio back into the eyes and into the mind of the WWE Universe. And what a better way than to have Del Rio pin clean John Cena and win the United States Championship, thus crowning Alberto Del Rio the new United States Champion, hand in hand with Zeb Coulter at the end of the match. Now, I was okay with this decision. I would have been even happier if it was Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan did not make an appearance on this show. They might be saving him for something, but he did say that he's medically cleared and that he's getting ready to go back to work. That's what I said in the report that I put out this morning. So Daniel Bryan, we don't know what he's going to be doing. We'll find out more hopefully on Monday Night Raw. If anything else breaks, I will definitely let you guys know, whether it's Twitter or if it's on Off the Script. But Del Rio came out, and the match ended with a swift kick to the face. All right, the match wasn't really anything special. Del Rio looked fantastic. He looks in great shape. He's nice and tan. You know, Mexico is treating him very well. All right, so Del Rio comes out, beats John Cena in a very, very quick match. It wasn't really that eventful. The entire surprise is what made this match what it was. John Cena drops the United States Championship, and for all you guys who say John Cena doesn't lay down for anybody, this is the second guy he laid down for all fucking year in a big situation. You know, he did it to Kevin Owens, and he did it to a returning Alberto Del Rio. Now, if John Cena wasn't going away for 2 months, would he have laid down for Alberto Del Rio? Would Alberto Del Rio even have been his opponent? We don't know. But all we know is that we have a new United States champion. Del Rio is back in the minds of the WWE Universe. He's sitting pretty right now. He's in a good situation. You know, I don't know where they go with Del Rio from here. All I can hope is that Del Rio carrying the United States Championship, that he carries that prestige that John Cena built up so wonderfully for the title, and we still get each and every Monday a U.S. Open challenge. I think that's been the best part of Monday Night Raw. Those have been the segments that really are can't miss from Monday Night Raw. John Cena's U.S. Open challenges have been the highlight of every Monday Night Raw since he's been doing it after WrestleMania. Whether it's a surprise opponent, whether it's Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville. I want WWE to keep that going, and I want them to keep the United States Championship alive and well and in the minds of everybody. And I want them to keep that prestige going, and I want them to have that momentum that John Cena built keep going with Alberto Del Rio. We'll find out what happens on Monday Night Raw, but all in all, Del Rio returns to the WWE. I reported it on Off The Script. Nobody knew if it was going to happen soon or if it was going to happen towards the Royal Rumble in early 2016, possibly leading into a match at WrestleMania. WWE pulled the trigger, and Alberto Del Rio is back in the WWE. Now, a few of you actually asked me, JD, why is Del Rio brought back if he was fired by WWE? There was a report going around saying that Del Rio, he was fired by WWE, but Triple H and corporate had to do the right thing after the incident that had happened with Del Rio. And Triple H said, listen, we didn't want to fire you. A lot of people in the back, including Big Show and John Cena, did not want to see Del Rio get fired. They thought he was wrongfully fired over what happened, and they were lobbying for him to come back. So Triple H and Vince, they brought him back, and the reason why he got fired is because someone in catering or a WWE employee in the back who works in behind the scenes said something racial to Alberto Del Rio. He took it offensive, and he literally beat the shit out of this guy, and WWE not only fired that guy for the racial comments, but they fired Del Rio as well. So they just wiped their hands clean of that entire situation, and Del Rio went to Lucha Underground, went to AAA, had a nice little run down there for whatever he was doing, and now he's back on Triple H's word. Give it 6 months or a little bit longer, and you'll be back in the WWE. I'm sure they negotiated some nice deal for him, and now he's sitting pretty, man. What a great way to come back. He beats John Cena in his return match to the WWE in 2015, Hell in a Cell, and captures the United States Championship. Now, moving on to match 2, guys. Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. I loved the match placement here on the card. You open up with the hot United States Open Challenge with the surprise of Del Rio. Then you go right on into the first Hell in a Cell match that we're getting tonight between Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, 2 young studs, 2 guys who are hungry, 2 guys who want to prove to the WWE that they belong in the main event. At the end of this match, everything that I just said about those guys proving that they belong in the main event, they're hungry, everything was exceeded fucking times 10, man. Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, if they did not make you a believer before this match, if Roman Reigns did not make you a believer after his match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 in the main event this year, then this match should make you a believer. I was one of the detractors. I was one of the doubters of Roman Reigns. I know Roman Reigns is going to be massive. I know Roman Reigns is going to be a big star. I just thought the WWE was shoving him down our throats. But with the way he handled himself in this match, the bumps that he took in this match, kendo sticks, chair shots, tables. He went through fucking tables, and he put himself through a fucking table while delivering something to Bray Wyatt at the same time. It was a fucking chokeslam through the table where I thought Bray Wyatt was literally fucking dead. I thought he had a broken neck after it. He laid the table on the outside, and they just fell right into the table. Bray Wyatt, his head was just leaning up against the side of the table, and the edge of the table cracked in half, and the edge was pretty much against the cage, and Bray Wyatt, I thought, was literally laying there with a broken neck. Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, they struggled through it all. It was one of those matches where you knew it was going to be physical. You didn't expect a lot of wrestling to happen in that match. Nothing was going to be pretty. I mean, they immediately went for the weapons. They went for the kendo sticks. They went for the steel chairs, the steel steps, the tables, you name it, man. This was a methodical match to the pacing of a Hell in a Cell match. What a Hell in a Cell match should be. Brutal, violent. You're not going to get a fucking 5-star wrestling classic here. And both of these guys wrestled this match to perfection. It was probably the best match of the night. And anything that I say, and I usually say this once a review every month, nothing that I say is going to do this match justice, man. You guys have to actually go out and watch this match. All I know is that if you did not believe in Bray Wyatt, if you did not believe in Roman Reigns before this match will make you open your eyes. It's the match of the night for the pay-per-view. Roman Reigns ended up getting a victory here, and I'm shocked at that. I thought Bray Wyatt, I even said it, I thought Bray Wyatt could definitely use a victory over, somebody at a pay-per-view. But we'll talk about Bray Wyatt in a little bit, because this is not the last time we would see him on this pay-per-view. Roman Reigns in a violent Hell in a Cell match, a match worthy of the Hell in a Cell, man. These two guys gave you everything that they had, and it ended up being the best match tonight. Roman Reigns wins with a huge spear in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns beats Bray Wyatt, and some people say that this feud is going to be over. The feud is ended. Dean Ambrose came out and celebrated, or in the back celebrated with Roman Reigns after he was finished, when he went back to the locker room, saying that they were going to start partying. They mentioned something about tomorrow night. I don't know, man. I don't think this feud between Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and any of the Wyatts is over, which we'll talk about in a second. But that was the match tonight. Roman Reigns beats Bray Wyatt inside Hell in a Cell in a match worthy of Hell in a Cell. Next match was The New Day versus the Dudleys. Now, I really wasn't that excited for this match when they announced it to happen at Hell in a Cell. I really wasn't happy that this match was happening again without some type of stipulation, but I understood why it was happening. The New Day right now is the hottest team probably in all of wrestling. They are scorching white hot, man. Nobody can touch them. They get the reaction. They're having fun. Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods, they're doing their thing. Xavier Woods got a 200,000 subscriber channel. It's blowing up right here on YouTube for gaming. I mean, these guys are doing it all right now, and they are on a big momentum swing in WWE. Xavier Woods was not there. I don't know the exact reason why he was not there. I'll find that out probably after the review goes off the air. But Xavier Woods was not there. Kofi Kingston and Big E were the only two there. So I was hoping that there would be no type of outside interference in this match. But the match really wasn't anything special. In the end, we seen the trombone that was broken, I believe, on SmackDown a week prior. They laid the trombone, Xavier Woods' trombone, on the announce table with Jerry, the King Lawler, Michael Cole, and JBL. And this actually came into the match in play. Kofi Kingston went to go grab the trombone, and he took the trombone and threw it at Bubba Ray, who was standing in the ring. These two were in the ring, Bubba Ray and Kofi. Referee was attending to Big E and Devon on the outside. So Kofi grabs the trombone, throws it at Bubba Ray, and then all of a sudden throws himself onto the mat, and you hear him splat right onto the mat. Referee turns around, and he sees Bubba Ray standing in the ring with the trombone, all right, with Kofi on the ground. And Kofi's like, oh, he hit me. And Bubba Ray's like, no, I didn't hit nobody. He's trying to get the crowd to tell the referee, no, nothing happened. Referee was going to call for the bell. He's going to call for the bell, and then he said, no, I didn't see it. And then before you know it, Big E has the trombone because it was thrown to the outside. Behind the referee's back, Bubba Ray ends up getting hit with the trombone anyway. 1, 2, 3. The match was over. Kofi Kingston pins Bubba Ray. The New Day retains the WWE Tag Team Championships, prolonging this feud. Now, I mentioned on Off the Script, it would make no sense for the Dudleys to capture the Tag Team Championships just yet. It will happen, but it's not time yet. What I see happening is that these two teams will probably go into Survivor Series, and, there won't be a title on the line at Survivor Series. They'll probably get mixed in with a traditional 4-on-4, which I see happening. And I see the Dudleys actually regaining capturing the Tag Team Championships at TLC in their type of match, man. Whether it's a tables, ladders, and chairs match, whether it's a tables match, something along those lines. But at TLC, I do see the Dudleys, and you heard it here first. I do see the Dudleys capturing the Tag Team Championships from the New Day at TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs, in December. So book it. But for right now, the New Day retains the WWE Tag Team Championships in a decent match. Nothing all that spectacular. You didn't miss anything here. I knew it was going to be, kind of lackluster because this has been an ongoing thing for a little bit now. But that stipulation could have really added to this match, and we have to wait until December is what I'm thinking for this match to really be amped up with some type of stipulation here. New Day retains the Tag Team Championships from the Dudleys tonight on Hell in a Cell. Next, we went into the women's match, man. Nikki and Charlotte for the Divas Championship. I've been very vocal about the Divas Revolution. You guys know how I feel about this. But the match itself was not bad. I will give it that, okay? I will give it that much credit. The match itself was very hard-hitting. The women worked their asses off. Charlotte and Nikki both worked their asses off. There was one spot where I thought Nikki Bella really, really injured herself. There was a spot where she just fell off the top rope, and Charlotte flipped over and reversed some type of maneuver that she was doing off the top rope. Nikki Bella just fell flat on her head and her back in the middle of the ring off the top rope. I thought she was dead, but she got up, and it looked like she was okay. She was, she was mobile, and then she ended up, after all this fucking power bombing Charlotte onto the ring apron, Kevin Owens style, and I'm like, oh, fucking Nikki Bella's one tough woman, man. I'll give her that. So, there was no outside interference here. If there was any outside interference in this match, as the stipulation goes by Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella would relinquish her Divas Championship shot and she would lose. So, there was no outside interference. This match happened as a Divas match and a championship match should happen. There's no outside interference. One-on-one is the way it should be, especially for a championship in the WWE. But in the end, Charlotte got the figure 8 in a great match to hopefully end this feud, and Charlotte can go on to another feud here with somebody else more deserving, hopefully Sasha Banks. But Nikki, very, very tough match she fought. Charlotte, very, very tough match. Decent match in the end. Really nothing all that spectacular, but you got to notice the women's hard work here. Nikki Bella loses, and Charlotte retains the Divas Championship. And the one thing that I did not understand, and I'm sure you guys thought the same thing, Becky came out, and right behind Becky to celebrate was Paige. I mean, is Paige's character now bipolar? I mean, did she forget that she just literally belittled and berated Charlotte a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw and mentioned that Becky is insignificant, that she's not important, she's the least important of all the divas on the roster? I mean, does she remember that she said these things? Isn't she supposed to be a heel? And now, all of a sudden, she's bipolar. Did she forget? Is she on some type of medication that she forgot? Or does she have memory loss? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me why Paige is the first in the ring to hug Charlotte. If I was Charlotte, I would say, get the fuck off of me. You belittled me. You said the only reason why I'm here is because of who my father is. You made mention of Becky as if she's nothing. She's insignificant. Yet you're hugging me after a fucking hard-fought match for the Divas Championship? This Divas Revolution literally makes no fucking sense. It needs a massive overhaul, just like SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, and the entire WWE needs a fucking overhaul. I just don't get it. But in the end, Charlotte retains the Divas Championship in a hard-fought match against Nikki Bella. Kane and Big Show, I'm not going to go into this, man. You guys know how I feel about Kane. The match wasn't anything spectacular. I just don't care about Kane. Corporate Kane, if Kane loses, or Demon Kane loses this match, Corporate Kane was going to be fired. In the end, Seth Rollins retains the WWE Championship like we all knew he would. I mean, if he lost to Kane, I probably would have had to fucking upload a video of me diving in a kiddie pool full of NyQuil. That's what I had fucking guaranteed you guys. If Kane wins this match, I will fucking dive into a kiddie pool full of fucking NyQuil. Thank God that didn't happen, because that's a lot of fucking NyQuil. And I don't know, I don't have a kiddie pool. I don't have area in my backyard to set up a kiddie pool. But regardless of that, Seth Rollins retains the WWE Championship. Match wasn't anything spectacular. At this point, the crowd was pretty much taken out of the event. And this is where I don't understand WWE's logic. They give us, Del Rio and Cena. They give us Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, which had the fucking entire arena going crazy. Then you got the New Day and the Dudleys. Two entertaining teams. Then you got the women's match, which was very hard fought. Crowd was into that as well. And then you go to Kane and Seth Rollins. We all love Seth Rollins, but Kane does nothing to generate excitement in the crowd. Seth Rollins wins this match. He is still the WWE champion. There was no sign of Sheamus, no sign of a cash-in tonight. And then we go from Kane and Seth Rollins, and we go on into the Intercontinental Championship match. And the one thing that made me scratch my head is, the match logic here. The Intercontinental title is being booked over the WWE Championship on the card. And this match completely took the crowd out of it. Completely fucking took the crowd out of it. Ryback is awful. If you enjoy Ryback's in-ring work, there's a fucking serious problem with you. Serious. I can't stand it. I can't stand Ryback whatsoever. He is fucking awful. If you enjoy Ryback in the ring, please don't comment on my videos. Don't mention anything about Ryback here. He is just absolutely dreadful, man. If there's anybody that's going to make you drink NyQuil to make you forget Monday Night Raw, it's going to be Kane, Big Show, and you can put fucking Ryback in that category as well. Kevin Owens is so good that even he couldn't bring Ryback to a decent match, man. This match was fucking sloppy. It made no sense. It was uneventful. It was unimportant. It just had no excitement, man. It generated no excitement whatsoever. The crowd didn't fucking care. The crowd popped for Kevin Owens when he came out and walked down the aisle because everybody loves fucking Kevin Owens. I mean, why not? But Ryback just is fucking awful to the point where he just puts you to sleep. And that's exactly what you heard in the Staples Center, man. All you heard was fucking crickets. So Kevin Owens, thankfully and painfully, quick match, defeats Ryback, 1, 2, 3. He is still your Intercontinental Champion. I thought for a second that Daniel Bryan was going to come out and kind of stare down and face-to-face with Kevin Owens about the IC title, being that he didn't come out and challenge John Cena for the U.S. Open Challenge. But maybe on Monday Night Raw that will happen. You know, we'll hold out hope for that, but it is what it is, man. Match was completely terrible. Kevin Owens is so good, he couldn't even bring Ryback to a good match. Kevin Owens, in the end, retains the WWE Intercontinental Championship. And then finally, we end with the main event of the evening. Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. Now, the one thing that I noticed in this match is that there were holes inside the cell on the left side of the door. Noticeable holes, big holes, like footholes. And I thought, you know, maybe we're going to be seeing some type of action on top of the cage. You know, I never seen that before. I know I've seen it briefly in Hell in a Cell matches of old, but I never seen them that large and that wide before. So I thought maybe something like that was going to happen. We didn't see any action on top of the cage. I mentioned on Twitter there needs to be blood. Within the first fucking minute and a half, there was blood. Lesnar went into the steel post. He was fucking bleeding all over the place. Doctor came in soon after and started wiping blood down. After that, Undertaker was fucking blading, clear blading, obvious blade job by The Undertaker. He bladed himself. He was bleeding. So we had the element of blood there inside Hell in a Cell with The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. Had a very old school feel to it, okay? Now, if you guys seen their Hell in a Cell match previously, their other encounter inside Hell in a Cell, this match eerily similar to what they did the first time around inside Hell in a Cell, okay? They tried to build off that, and that was a great starting point, a great way to build this match is from, you know, elements of that match, because that match was very, very entertaining, and they did the same thing here. This match was everything that you expected with an Undertaker-Brock Lesnar match. A hard-hitting match, obviously with The Undertaker's age being well over 50, 51 years old, and Brock Lesnar being a fucking animal and one of the most hard-hitting, ruthless, brutal guys you could get in the fucking ring with, no matter if it's UFC or WWE. This match was paced beautifully, okay, with the Undertaker's age and just the overall Hell in a Cell environment and what they were doing to each other, the blood and the chairs and the stairs and the fucking suplexes and the F5s and the choke slams and the fucking Hell's Gate. You know, it just had that great pacing to it that you would expect with these two guys. Did they conquer and did they, you know, top the last match that they had? No. I don't think anything is going to top the SummerSlam match that they had. All right, I went on record saying that The Undertaker was going to win this match. I thought The Undertaker was going to win this match simply because that, you know, he needed retribution. He needed closure on this feud. I went on record saying that Brock Lesnar owns something in this feud that The Undertaker will never get back, and that is the streak. And being that Brock Lesnar has the streak, he owns this feud regardless if he wins or loses, because he has that one thing hanging over The Undertaker's head, and that is the streak. You can't take that away from him. So even if Brock Lesnar did lose, he is still going to have the streak. He's going down in the record books as the one who beat The Undertaker, the only one who beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. But this match, you know, a turning point happened here where, you know, there was an F5 and The Undertaker kicked out. I knew he was going to kick out because there was time left on the clock and it would have ended too early for a pay-per-view. And then The Undertaker hit a tombstone, a fucking massive tombstone. And Brock Lesnar kicked out. And before that all happened, there was one spot in the match where I'm surprised WWE actually did this. It was very different, and I never seen anything like this before inside a Hell in a Cell match. Brock Lesnar literally ripped up the blue mat on the ring. All right, he exposed the padding that was there. He took the padding that was out from underneath the blue tarp, and he threw the fucking padding. We seen what the ring was actually constructed of. And underneath that padding was steel, bolts, and wood. Okay? So if you guys ever want to see what a ring looks like constructed underneath the blue tarp, watch the end of this match. Because Brock Lesnar literally just pulled the fucking tarp up and exposed the wood. Alright? So on top of that, Lesnar got a choke slam. Lesnar got a tombstone, and he kicked out. Lesnar kicked out of those big moves on the wooden planks. And he was fucking dizzy like you would see him in the fucking video games. He's fucking dizzy. He's fucking bobbing back and forth. And then all of a sudden, a massive fucking low blow. And before you know it, an F5. And the Undertaker is counted 1, 2, 3. Alright? Blood, chairs, brutality, steel steps. Fucking doctors flying all over the place. There was one point in the match where Brock Lesnar was being wiped down by the doctor. He said, fuck this. He threw the doctor out of the ring and fucking immediately shoved the referee aside, disobeying referee's orders, and went right for the Undertaker to give him an F5. So this match had it all, man. The pacing was great. You know, the in-ring action was methodical and exactly what you would come to know and love from an Undertaker-Brock Lesnar match inside a Hell in a Cell. You know, they took the structure of what they did back in their first Hell in a Cell encounter, and they pretty much applied it here. Michael Cole said that this is the second time Brock Lesnar is inside Hell in a Cell. He refused to mention that he was inside Hell in a Cell with The Undertaker. I don't know why they didn't mention that during the announcing when Undertaker was coming out. But this match, if you missed it, highly recommend this match as well. It was not better than their previous encounter, being that it was inside Hell in a Cell. I thought it was going to be. But in the end, surprisingly to me, Brock Lesnar gets the victory. This feud is over. And at the end of the match, Brock Lesnar was leaving the ring. The Undertaker was struggling to get up, and he pointed to Brock Lesnar, just like this. And a lot of you guys were wondering if there's going to be another match, even though this one was billed as the final encounter. I don't think there's going to be another match. I do think that was just the Undertaker giving a show of respect for the match that he had with Brock Lesnar and to Brock Lesnar. Now, you know, I was even thinking, you know, WWE might have dropped the ball. I don't know how you guys feel about this. WWE might have dropped the ball on the ending of this match. Brock Lesnar could have shook hands with The Undertaker after the fucking colossal battles that they put each other through this year. I don't know if that would have made any sense. I don't know if that would have been a show of gratitude on both men. I don't know if that would have been out of character for The Undertaker or Brock Lesnar. But, you know, something like that quickly was thought of in my mind. I don't know if that would have been a good idea or not, but some of you I seen posting on Twitter, you know, Brock Lesnar should have went back in the ring and shook The Undertaker's hand after the end of that match. You know, part of me wanted to see that, and then part of me said that would be completely out of character for both men, so I'm glad that they didn't. You know, the same thing happened with Sting and Triple H at the end of their match at WrestleMania. There was no reason for a handshake at the end of that match. None whatsoever. So I'm glad that they didn't do it, but it was mentioned on my Twitter timeline as we were tweeting during this event. So Undertaker's in the ring. Undertaker's struggling to get up. Everybody's chanting, "Thank you, Taker." He's doing his typical closing. He's getting on one knee, and he's putting his arm in the air as the lights go out. And the lights go out, and we see the fucking Wyatt family flash pop up on the screen. The little goat pops up on the screen. And Wyatt coming down the aisle with the fucking lantern. Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman following behind. What the fuck's going on? The Wyatt family coming out to the ring after The Undertaker just went through a brutal war with Brock Lesnar. So they all surround the ring like a pool of sharks, and they start beating the shit out of The Undertaker. And the show goes off the air with the Wyatt family carrying out The Undertaker, crucifix style. And that's how the show goes off the air. The lights dim, and you see the Wyatt family carrying The Undertaker off crucifix style. Now, what this means is I'm going to tell you right now, and this is exactly what's going to happen. Okay? I'm booking it right now. The Undertaker 25th anniversary. A few of you are telling me, I got close friends telling me this is the end of The Undertaker. This is the last road for The Undertaker. Undertaker's not retiring. Okay, the 25th anniversary for The Undertaker is the way, is a way for the WWE to sell the Survivor Series. Because we all know Survivor Series is trash. WWE has ruined Survivor Series beyond belief to the point where it's not important anymore. They even said it. They don't give a fuck about Survivor Series. There was once in a blue moon where Vince McMahon wanted to get rid of Survivor Series off the pay-per-view calendar. The legacy and the fucking tradition that is Survivor Series. This man was literally thinking about getting rid of Survivor Series off the pay-per-view calendar. For what? I don't fucking know. I really don't. God knows what he had in his mind. but they were thinking about getting rid of the Survivor Series. The 25th anniversary, promo that they flashed 3 times during this pay-per-view about The Undertaker. It's the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker making his debut in the WWE with Brother Love at the Survivor Series. Okay, 25 years ago. This is a birth date for The Undertaker in WWE. That's all it is. It's a selling point for the Survivor Series. It's a selling point for the network. It doesn't signify The Undertaker's last ride. It doesn't signify The Undertaker's retirement. It doesn't signify anything having to do with The Undertaker being done with the WWE. What this means is that they're going to utilize The Undertaker once again for Survivor Series, being that it's the 25th anniversary. He will be there. A lot of you guys mentioned Sting. Where's Sting? Is Sting going to help The Undertaker battle the Wyatt family? No. Sting is not going to be anywhere near Survivor Series. Maybe, but for the Survivor Series itself, no. The Undertaker and Kane teamed up in Mexico against Luke Harper and Braun Strowman, okay? That match happened 3 different nights on a tour of Mexico, all right? Braun Strowman and Luke Harper, I hope, learned a lot from both Kane and The Undertaker being in the same ring with them, all right? WWE is going to build off this for Survivor Series. God help me if this means that Braun Strowman and The Undertaker are going to be doing battle at WrestleMania. I'll fucking down NyQuil, a whole bottle of it, and fucking poison myself live on Twitch. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So God forbid that's the actual direction WWE is going. I doubt it. I don't think WWE could be that stupid. Braun Strowman is awful in the ring. I don't care to see him in a high-profile WrestleMania match, especially against The Undertaker. But what this means is that The Undertaker and Kane will be doing battle once again. What better way to celebrate The Undertaker's birth date in the WWE than with his brother Kane against the Wyatt family? Kane, Undertaker, and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman. Book it for Survivor Series. I'm telling you right now, that is exactly what is going to happen. If you fucking heard it here, you know where you heard it. Right here from JD's mouth. But what happened at the end of Hell in a Cell? It reeked of old school, man. And it's a way to get you to watch Monday Night Raw. Why did the Wyatts come out and do what they did to The Undertaker? Why did they carry him away, crucifix style? Why did they attack him after the match? Why did Bray Wyatt... How the fuck he was even standing after the match out with Roman Reigns is fucking amazing in itself. But why did he come out and order the Wyatt family to attack The Undertaker? So we're going to find out on Monday Night Raw. It gives you a reason to watch. There was rumored that Stone Cold Steve Austin was in the back, ready to come out. The Rock was there. Ronda Rousey's troops were there. The three women of the 4 horsewomen were there. You know, I heard a lot of rumors about tonight's show. The only thing that we got was Alberto Del Rio. And we got the Wyatts carrying out The Undertaker crucifix style as the lights dimmed and the show went off the air. So Monday Night Raw is going to be incredibly intriguing tomorrow night, building towards Survivor Series. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. Undertaker and Kane are going to be doing battle once again together at the Survivor Series. The Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus Wyatt, Harper, Rowan, and Braun Strowman at Survivor Series. Book it. I'm telling you right now. That is Hell in a Cell review, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you think of the show. I would love to get at least 800 likes on this video. If you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you missed any of the other videos I posted this weekend, man, everything you need is going to be linked right down in the description below. Go check that shit out. WWE 2K16 coming out this Tuesday. I'll be all over Twitch, and it'll be all over my YouTube channel, man, if you enjoy that type of thing. This is JD. Thank you guys so much for watching me. I'll see you back for Monday Night Raw, man. And then after that, obviously every weekend with Off The Script. I'm JD. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday afternoon.